There's no doubt that a college education is expensive. Over the past 10 years, annual college costs have risen faster than the rate of inflation, with inflation at just over 2% and the college cost of inflation at more than 6%. At that rate, parents of a one-year-old child can expect a public college to cost about $25,000 per year, and a private school over $60,000 per year by the time their student gets there. These days, college financing takes discipline, sacrifice, and skill. There are so many ins and outs when it comes to college planning, so we've made it easier for you to understand by breaking such a vast subject down into 3 different parts. 1. Pitfalls in college planning. 2. Financing College Part 1, Discounts, Scholarships, and Grants. And 3. Financing College Part 2, Loans, Credits, and Work Study. To assist us today, I'm very pleased to introduce Barbara Morgan, a representative from College Degree Planners. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, in your vast years of experience, what are the most common pitfalls, the most common pitfall that you see parents making when planning for college?
You know what? I would definitely say that it's lack of planning. Now, let me answer that question by describing a family that's most difficult for me to work with. This is a family that has average to moderate income that's high enough where they're not eligible for federal assistance. They have a son or daughter that's a good student, good enough to where they'll probably get into a college of their choice, and good enough to where they may even get a partial scholarship. Now, the problem where the lack of planning comes in is filling the gap between the partial scholarship and the actual cost. Now, typically that's done with savings. And there are 3 sources in terms of being able to pay for college. One is paying beforehand through savings, of course. Another method is saving during college with a discretionary income. And then, of course, afterwards through a variety of loan programs.
And hopefully it's something that they will take care of before rather than after, because the last thing a student needs after they graduate is a lot of loan debt.
That's right. That's right.
Now, are there other issues that contribute to these pitfalls?
Well, the contributing factors are when you sit down with a family and talk to them about their retirement, say. They're really focused on retirement. They can tell you what's in their portfolio, how well it's doing. They can tell you the age of the retirement and so on. Well, that's absent when you talk to them about planning for college costs. It's just gone. Now, another main issue is understanding, or I should say the lack of understanding in terms of college cost. It was mentioned as being $20,000 to $25,000 a year. Well, let's say that's a perfect scenario, and very seldom is it a perfect scenario. Let's say that you've got a student who does all the right planning, they take all the courses that are required for a degree, they don't change their mind, they don't change their major, and they graduate in 4 years. Take the 4 years, that's the 4-year plan that they're under, and multiply it by $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, and that's your cost. That's the actual cost of obtaining that college degree. Now, most parents understand that it takes money, but most are unaware of just how much and how to prepare for that. Now, here's another issue. Sometimes, because their son or daughter is a good student, mom and dad think that the student's going to get a full scholarship, and when that doesn't happen, there is no plan B.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that a parent needs to consider when planning for college.
Absolutely.
But what about the student's role in all this? What can they do to help the process?
Well, for starters, they can take challenging coursework. Challenging classes will prepare the student for the college experience. Take challenging classes in math, chemistry, history, and so forth. Talk to guidance counselors to find out what the deadline dates are for college applications and prepare for them carefully. Volunteering, I cannot stress enough, is also so important. You can volunteer for many things: blood drives, charity work, community service. When you're looking at applications, especially scholarship applications, they all look very plain or very vanilla. So what you need to try to do is to make yourself look different, more strawberry or chocolate, so to speak. Make yourself stand out. So whether it's through volunteerism efforts, charity, extracurricular activities, that's how that's how colleges can distinguish you from other students, and that's, how you will really stand out. Now, for a student, they're told to save money, and I'll explain why this is important. Most students work while they're going to school, and they'll work part-time. Part-time can be anywhere from 10 to 20 hours, 25 to 35 hours a week. The more that they're able to save before they go to college, the fewer hours that they'll have to work during their freshman year, which is so important.
That's great advice. So you shouldn't discount any opportunity that your child might have, because it could lead to a potential grant or scholarship or something in the future. That's good advice.
Yes.
Now, what about these advanced placement courses that high schools offer? Are they really something that helps for the planning of college or help defray the cost of college at all?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They're excellent programs. First, they acquaint the student with the academic requirements of the course that they would take in college so that they'll understand what the reading requirements are, and they'll also understand the game of midterms, final exams, the paper that's due at the end of the semester, you know. It additionally gives them a head start satisfying the general education requirements. Now, generally, students will transfer in with 6 to 12 hours of college credit when they start their freshman year. The other issue is typically that these classes are taught at a cheaper rate, of course, than what it would cost to take them at the university.
And that's good to know, because obviously the more money you can save, the better it is.
Absolutely.
So, clearly the pitfalls in college planning can be avoided. Parents need to understand what it really costs to go to college. Starting to save money earlier is definitely better, and students can contribute as well by saving money earned through part-time jobs, taking AP and challenging courses, and making themselves look appealing to universities and colleges through their applications.